Hey guys, what's up? It's Oscar. It's been a long time, I know, but I don't know what to say. The timing was crazy, whether it was holidays, I was picking up a lot of overtime at work, and with holidays, it's a crazy time of year anyway, and now things have pretty much calmed down a little bit, and I just thought I'd maybe kind of visit again and say hi to everybody. There's been a lot of people coming into the groups, into the communities ever since the last time I posted, ever since my last video, and it seems to be growing, man, by leaps and bounds, and it's really good to see, and I'm really glad to be, to be a part of it, as indirectly as it may be. But just wanted to say that during this time I've been working and practicing on my techniques, and if you saw my first video or two, it was a train wreck. It's really hard for me even to watch now. And so I go back there and I have to stop. I can't make it through the first couple of videos just because of how lame they were. But anyway, and also I see a lot of the videos and the way you guys make them, and the intros and the outros and all the editing and everything, and I'm just kind of like, the more I stay dormant, the more advanced it's going to get, and the harder it's going to be to kind of catch up. But then I kind of figured it's not really about keeping up with the Joneses necessarily. It's about the brotherhood, the camaraderie, and sisterhood now, with people like Michelle and and all the artisans like Tiffany Ann and Amanda and Irina. The group is growing, and it's huge, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. But I realized that I've fallen behind. I have a bunch of soaps and products new in the den, and I was kind of wrestling with, how am I going to do this? Am I going to do a new in the den, what's new in the den kind of movie, or am I just going to kind of break it down into soaps or just razors or what? So if it seems like there's going to be some rambling, I'm warning you right now, just as it seems there already is. But there's not going to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason here, so I'm going to try and keep it concise. Also, in my previous videos, I was doing wet shaving club products. I'm not in the wet shave club anymore. I just kind of felt that I've kind of found products that I like, and even some that I really like that I haven't gotten. And even though getting into the wet shave club to get familiar with different products was a good thing, I just kind of felt that had run its course for me, so I ended my subscription to that. But I still need to do a video or two about the products that I got, because I really like getting the names out of the newer companies, and maybe making you guys aware of them, and maybe you guys can try them out sometime, because I know, well, that's enough of that. I'll talk about that in other videos. But anyway, real quick, I've accumulated a few favorite items over the last couple of months. My soap den is growing somewhat. I've bought a few tubs here and there, but mainly by a lot of samples. But I'm not going to really talk about that right now. But what I really want to touch on is some of my favorite items. First, I know if you haven't gotten it yet, my new favorite product is the Phoenix double open comb. If you haven't gotten it yet, it's a pretty amazing razor. Again, I know a lot of guys are getting into the straights and kind of not looking back into their DE days, but I'm still here. And I love this thing. I had gotten to a point where I had started with my Edwin Jagger here. It's still really cool, and this is what I'm going to give to Michael one of these days. Maybe have it engraved, here or something. But this was my first DE, and if you saw my videos, you know that this is what I learned with, and I kind of got to a point where I thought I might be ready to get into something more aggressive, whether it was a slant or an open comb or something. But I was so intrigued by the Phoenix when it came out that I really wanted to try it, and it was definitely worth the money. In fact, it was worth more. I know Khan did a review of it. Something that I don't think he mentioned, but that I found an advantage for me, was that it's not an aggressive razor, but it allows me to be aggressive with it, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, I learned a new term with using this called buffing, and I know that if you know, it's when you're going over the areas to try and do touch-ups. But it allows me to do that. But what I really like about it is I'll do my against the grain pass, and it leaves kind of trails of soap, so that it allows me to go directly, into my across the grain. And even there's still sometimes enough left where I can do my against the grain as well, just from not having to relather, just from that first lather. So it allows me to do that, which makes for, less usage of soap, but you still gotta kind of be careful not to rush your shave. But I found that with this, I'm able to go with, cross, and even against, just with the same lather. Not so much on my neck, and I'll touch on that another time. But this thing is awesome. I really, really like it. I still have, again, my Jagger, which I'm never going to get rid of. You should never get rid of your first DE, I don't think. The Wet Shave Club razor was a little bit more aggressive than the Jagger, but I don't know that I'll be using this very much. I had an extra head that I talked about in a previous video, and I actually sent it to Michelle because she was starting with a Parker, I believe, and I thought it might be a good next step to use a more aggressive razor. But now she's stepped up into the straight world too. So I'll probably hold on to it. Maybe I'll piff it. I'll figure something out later. But I fell into the whole the 3 Wise Guys, which I really like. The first time I used it, I got some irritation here and here. But then again, that might have been my technique as well. What was I going to say? Anyway, I had to jump on it because of the guys, because of the characters. I really like it. The 3 Wise Guys. If this was a good soap. I really liked it, except for the irritation. I'm sorry. Z-Pep, I really liked. This was always been really high on a lot of people's favorite soaps and most used of 2014 and favorite products and so forth. So I really like it. I love the tobacco. I know it's a green tobacco scent, obviously, and so it wasn't what I expected. I thought initially it would be a kind of a cigar smoky kind of a scent, but it wasn't. So, but I still like it because it's fresh. It feels fresh. The scent is fresh. That's really kind of the best term that I can come up with. So I really like that one as well. This is the first tub I bought, the Leviathan. This to me is the strongest smelling soap that I have, and the one with the most staying power. It's amazing. People are trying to nail down the scent, and I've said it that it sounds kind of weird, but I get oatmeal cookie batter. That's what I get. I don't know why. I mean, I know everybody's sniffer is different, but I get oatmeal cookie batter. I don't know, call me crazy. But this is, if I want a strong smelling soap, this is the one I go to first. And then I dipped into some of my other Barbershop Man samples, and I just used the Adagio the other night and love it. And I asked on their Facebook page if it was going to be coming out again, and Paula answered that it'd be out in the summer, I believe. I believe it's a summer scent, so I'm going to get some Adagio. I still have some other Barbershop Man samples that I haven't even touched. But again, samples is a whole other thing I'm going to get into. Again, another sample that I just used, and I don't know why it's taken me so long, but I got into, everybody talks about Soap Commander so much. I just used their Passion the other night, and this one is very high on my list now. It's a very complex scent. If you know about Soap Commander, then you know what I'm talking about. And the post-shave on this was fantastic. I'm just using empty containers I got from Maggard's, so to use my samples. But that I wanted to mention this because it's very high on my favorites right now. Also, the Douglas's products, the CAD. I got this in a drawing from Chris Bailey, and this is the only full-size puck I have from Phoenix or How to Grow a Mustache, and it is humongous. And I know that I will never use all this stuff. But I'm a big fan of the classic scents. I love this scent. It just throws me back to, to when shaving was shaving, and it's masculine, even though it's not very complex. It's just, I love the classic Barbershop. Which brings me to, I got this in a tray, the Barber Pole. I know that this is kind of where CAD evolved from, with the whole cease and desist thing, but I got this in a trade as well, and it smells different than the CAD. This is definitely my favorite smelling soap, and again, it's a basic classic scent, but it's the best. It's my favorite because it's just clean. It's masculine. It's classic. It's very classic, and I love the formulation. The slickness is just amazing. I know a lot of this stuff a lot of you have already used, so you already know what I'm saying. But I just have to throw in my 2 cents that this is my favorite. I know Busta had this, I believe, as his top soap of 2014, and so this is my favorite scent right here. Some of the newer stuff I got from Phoenix is the Gondolier. I was on the fence with this because it sounded like something I would like, and then Rico's mentioned how much he liked it, so, and of course I value his opinion greatly, so I jumped on it. I got this, and I got the aftershave, and I got actually the alcohol-free tonic. I didn't get the cologne one. I wish this had a little more staying power, but I got this because it didn't have alcohol, and it allowed me to save a couple bucks. But I think I'm gonna be going with the cologne next time. This reminds me of Drakkar for some reason. I don't know if that was the intention, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. Next, from Phoenix, I got a double dose. I got the Speakeasy and the Alphine. And by the way, if this is coming out weird, I've never used this camera setup. I had been using my phone before, and if this comes out all off center, then I'll just delete it otherwise. But the Speakeasy is awesome. I really like this. It reminds me of Fahrenheit. I believe it was Fahrenheit that reminds me of, but I love this stuff, and I'm gonna get the aftershave too because this stuff is fantastic. And I really like that, I know a lot of other companies do it too, but I like that Douglas has the matching aftershaves for a lot of his soaps. So, and then I had to get the Alphine. According to your description, you mentioned, Douglas mentioned listening to Etta James on the radio, and I see the connection, Alphine at last. So, but it's, people kind of try and nail down the scent profile, and I don't know scent terminology anyway, but it's clean and it's masculine. It's very complex, it is, and it sticks around too. I really like this one as well, and I'm going to be getting the aftershave for that as well. But of course you had to jumped on the Stallion soap as soon as I could. I was at work one day, and I had set my phone alarm to when Joe said, to what time Joe said this was going to be coming out, and I was just checking it. I was at work. I was in my CPR class actually, every year after recertify, or every couple of years, and I was having to run outside to try and get on the phone and order it. But luckily I was one of the lucky ones to get the soap and the aftershave. This stuff is awesome. There was a lot of anticipation because Anthony was telling us that it was coming. But this stuff, sometimes I'll come and grab this one and just open it so I can smell it. And then of course, should have brought it out, I got the aftershave as well. There were some reviews. I know Bailey did a review, and there's been a few other reviews on it. But the way Bailey said was, the soap isn't that strong a scent, but the aftershave makes up for it, and that's definitely true. I'll come and put this on even on days I don't shave, and it's amazing. The alcohol is a little bit, you get that first, but the oud scent is fantastic. I was even jumping online to try and find more oud products. The Aqua de Parma is, maybe I'll afford it one day, I don't know. But the colognes are insane. So these are just some of my favorite products. I just, like I said, I hadn't made videos because I didn't want to just make videos just to make videos, if that makes sense. I said I want to do videos if I have something kind of to contribute. And what really inspired me was the group trip to New York, guys. That looked like so much fun, and I was so sad that I wasn't able to be a part of it. Joe from Queens, the video was fantastic. It really brought everything together and made us feel like we were there. But what I really liked was that you guys were able to kind of put faces with the names, so to speak. Even though you see each other's videos, you were able to kind of see that person in the flesh, and I could picture being in Pastores and seeing Con walk in, and Peter and Anthony and Bustin, everybody, because these are people that you build this relationship with online or through the forums and Facebook and whatnot, and to see them there and to be able to talk to them and I mean hug them and shake hands and laugh with them, and it was really inspiring. And so many of you guys, I've gotten stuff from your videos, product recommendations, technique recommendations, everything. And I realized that if I was ever to be part of a meeting like that, I would want people to say, hey, it's Oscar, or hey, it's so and so. And I took this because I've taken so much from all you guys, that if there's anybody that I can contribute one thing to who's new, like you guys have done for me, then it makes making the videos completely worth it. So I didn't want to inundate everybody with videos unless I had something to contribute, but then maybe that one blade that I use or that one product that I use will kind of make somebody decide to check it out, and maybe they'll be able to take something from my video as well. So with that, it made me decide that I am going to do a few more here and there. And even if one person watches it, then then that's cool. That's cool with me. So I took a lot out of that meeting, and I take a lot from you guys. So thank you, and I'm really glad to be in contact with so many of you. And I can't wait for a meeting that's a little closer to home. I'm in San Diego. So David, Michelle, one of these days we'll try and set something up. So again, thank you for the time. Again, I'm sorry if I rambled, but I just wanted to get out there again and say hi to everybody. So you guys be well and have a great day.